How's it going, everyone? It's been a while, hasn't it? In fact, I could probably use the quote from Big Boss from Phantom Pain. Kept you waiting, huh? I guess I probably have kept you guys waiting for quite a bit. Uh, yeah, as I mentioned before, I wasn't sure how long the break was going to last. So it's a new year. It's now 2020. And let's just say that I am coming back to regularly upload content and behind the scenes, all the stuff I mentioned in the previous one, it's still stuff I'm looking into, still stuff I'm working on, still trying to kind of get settled in here in our new surroundings, stuff not even related to channel, real life stuff, getting, a new state license, just different real life stuff like that to get settled in a new location when you move from one state to another. There's a number of things you got to take care of, and still also trying to get the whole job situation settled in. Also, still investigating stuff in regards to possibly adapting streaming to my content. Of course, in order to do that, I need to have the things I need in terms of, finances and, equipment and such. And, well, because you can be, I heard an acquaintance of mine once say, recently, you can be as passionate about doing something as you want if you don't have the backing and support to do it, what you need in order to accomplish it, it doesn't matter. So let's just say that it's something I want to do very much so. I just don't have the means to do it yet. I have one PC that you guys see me do my content on, and I'm still in the works of learning how to use OBS. I'm also not entirely keen on using the same PC I have, which is not the best PC. It's a decent PC, but it's not the best one out there. I'm not keen on using that both to play the game on that I'm either recording or streaming, and streaming on the same one. There are people and streamers I know, they have multiple PCs because they use one PC just for the streaming and then use the other one for playing the game on or whatever, the means are. And that's kind of the ideal thing I want to do. The other computer, which is a Mac that I record my stuff on the software, it served me well for the past, what's it been now, 6 years that I've been doing this, making these videos for YouTube. And, it served me well, but when I tried to get it to adapt to actually stream, it just couldn't handle it. It is an older computer, and it's not really up to snuff in that regards to meet those standards and doing that. So until I'm able to get better tech, we just kind of have to stay the course. And there's really, no timetable when I'm actually going to be able to do that. So I only ask that you guys be patient as I look to add things such as streaming to my content and my channel, and hope that you guys are able to make the transition with me over, from here to there. I mean, my ideal scenario is to be able to adapt streaming and be able to stream stuff and have, a live interactable audience like you guys, to interact with live on Twitch, and still be able to archive my stuff here on YouTube. Now, the thing is, as you guys probably have noticed, the things going on with YouTube these days is not great, especially from a content creator standpoint. I'm sure some of you have heard recently about the new law that was passed where people now have to flag their channel whether or not it's appropriate for kids or not, and if so, then that takes away various different features like the comment section and being able to put ads in videos and all that stuff. And let's just say it's a big hoopla that has a lot of people upset and in an uproar. If you're curious, with me, I mean, my stuff is, has never really been meant for kids. For goodness sakes, the games I play a lot of them are rated M for mature because those games are not meant for kids. They're meant for, adults. And plus, if you, on my analytics, it shows that people there aren't any kids watching my stuff, which is fine. It's people who are like ranging from, in my age group and up. So I'm fine with that. As long as the algorithm, I was going to say stupidly flawed algorithm, because unfortunately there are times that's how it feels, where it'll flag something that it shouldn't be flagged for, because it mistakenly thought it was supposed to be this when it actually wasn't. How many times have you guys seen that happen? Though you may just be viewers, not content creators, probably don't get to see it from that standpoint, but that has happened to not just me, but other content creators as well, where the bot that they have running YouTube just mistakenly flags things when it shouldn't. So, yeah. I feel like YouTube is kind of on the downward spiral here, which is very unfortunate, while Twitch has been gaining, going up, the upward spiral. It's been getting stronger, getting more popularity. More people are heading over to Twitch, away from YouTube, but still using YouTube as they can to try and archive stuff, which I think is important. That you can be able to keep archiving your stuff on a site like YouTube, because if people are not able to be there, they can still be able to go back and look at it, because not everyone can always be at a live stream and attend it. So that's kind of the ideal long-term goal here, in case you're wondering. When that's going to happen, I don't know. So I do want to go ahead and address a couple of things. First, I want to address some of the playthroughs that I have not finished. I even, made sure to take a note here on the various different lists of games I have that I want to address individually. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, I will continue at some point. It's on hiatus. I've been doing a lot of off-camera stuff, getting all the various different things on the map, cleaning that up so I can have as many supplies and upgrades and all that as I can for when we continue the story. Dishonored 2, I am planning on returning to and finishing up at some point, because I started that a few years ago. It's now 2020. I think it came out in 2016, and I still haven't finished it, so that needs to get finished. Fallout 3. That is a tough one. So here's the thing. Here's another thing that you guys need to know about behind the scenes. I'm having some audio tech issues, specifically with my PS3. So here's one of the struggles of when you have like a whole bunch of tech stuff set up, and then you have to undo it all because you're moving, and then you have to try and reset it all up when you get to your new location. For the most, I have pretty much everything set up except certain cables. I don't exactly remember where they were supposed to go, or I'm putting them in the wrong places. So, for example, the PS3 audio situation. I'm able to get the audio into the software here for the video. So you guys would have the audio, but I can't get it to go into my headphones, meaning I would not be able to actually hear it. The only other way I could think of in order to get audio is to basically do the same method I do for my PC, which is to plug my headphones directly into the Mac and hear it from the recording software. But that means I'm also going to be hearing myself when I talk, and I've been doing and having to endure that when I record on PC, because I couldn't figure out any other way to get audio into my my headphones from the game, because it wouldn't let me split the audio like it does on my PS4. So I don't want to have to do that. I will have to, I will do that if I have to, but I don't want to do that if I don't have to. So that's the situation I'm dealing with on my PS3. It's a tech standpoint. So Fallout 3, it's hard for me to figure out when I'm actually going to want to return that, because right now I just don't have a desire to go back and play it. I've never really been that much of a fan of the Fallout series. I've always been more of an Elder Scrolls guy, Plus, it's on my PS3, and, if I had been able to do so on my PC, I probably would have. The thing is, I can't get it to run on my PC. I've yet to figure out how to actually get it to run on my PC because it's saying it needs like older software or something, and it won't run on newer machines. I'm sure there's a way to do it because I've seen other people clearly play and record Fallout 3 on the PC. So maybe I'm just doing something wrong or just not really figuring out or taking the time to think about it. I don't know. So I honestly don't know when we're going to return to Fallout 3. I also want to address I have officially canceled the Lego playthroughs, Lego Batman and Lego Marvel Superheroes. I am sorry for those of you who were enjoying those playthroughs, but I have no desire at all to return to those. I was honestly not having as much fun as I hoped, and from this point forward, I pretty much have decided that there's no longer going to be any Lego games on the channel because it's not really that much fun for me solo doing that. I was able to do that with the Jurassic Park game, but that's pretty much going to be the extent of it. So I've actually removed those from the channel, to make it clear that they are officially canceled. So I'm sorry if you were enjoying those, but that's what I've decided to do. I need to have fun recording what I'm playing. Otherwise, it's not going to be enjoyable. If it's not enjoyable for me, I doubt it's going to be enjoyable for you guys. So I'm sorry, but that's what I've decided. Ghostbusters the video game. So I have some good news for you guys. You know how they recently released a remaster for this game? So earlier in the last part of the playthrough, I encountered a bug that it seemed to me as if the game got stuck, and I thought it was like a game-breaking bug where I couldn't be able to fix it. Plus, it was on the PS3, and I thought, well, this is probably also a PS3 thing because it's older. So I have acquired the remaster, and I have played up to that point. So the plan is we are going to continue that playthrough very soon, now on the PS4. So we're going to transition from the PS3 to PS4. You'll see that difference, and hopefully that means there's going to be no more bugs that are going to prevent us from continuing. Fingers crossed on that regard. So Ghostbusters the video game will be returning very soon. Mass Effect 2, the Renegade playthrough. I mentioned the PS3 audio issues I'm having, so once I figure out the tech problems, we will hopefully return to Mass Effect 2 as well. Mass Effect Andromeda. Ooh, oh boy. I plan to return to that at some point. I just don't know when. It's not necessarily in the near future. There are some other ones I want to finish up before we continue that. Middle-earth Shadow of War. That is going to get picked up once I finish up some of these other playthroughs. So, once I finish Dishonored 2 as well as Uncharted 4, I will be looking to then start up the Middle-earth Shadow of War because, honestly, I'm actually getting a desire to play that again. I really, really enjoyed playing that game, and I want to play through it again. So the idea is once I finish up those, that will continue, which I guess I can address Uncharted 4. That's going to be continuing pretty soon as well because that has gone unfinished for far too long, especially since I finished the first 3 games. We need to finish the 4th one. Now, if you're curious, am I going to do the spin-off with Chloe and Nadine? I don't think so. I'm sure it's nice. I'm sure it's a decent game. The thing is, though, one of the big reasons I love playing Uncharted is playing as Nathan Drake. And if I'm not playing as Nathan Drake, it kind of loses its appeal for me. I do like Chloe, and, Nadine's all right. But I don't know if I would have as much fun. So I'm not planning on doing or recording that. I actually do have it, but I don't think I'm planning on recording that. So you can see Uncharted 4 to be resumed pretty soon. Just don't expect anything after that once we finish that. I like that story ending where it ends at the end of Uncharted 4. To me, that's the ideal ending where it's like, nope, no more. That's it. That's the ending I wanted, and I'm satisfied with the conclusion of that story. And a couple more here I want to address. Sly 2. I mentioned the PS3 thing. It would be great. Why haven't, they've been remastering some of these games. Why have they not remastered the Sly Cooper games for PS4? there are some PlayStation's exclusives that I'm very surprised they have not remastered for PS4. The Sly Cooper games and the Infamous games. Now I know Infamous, Second Son is a PS4 game, but you know what I mean. The Cole McGrath games. Why have these games not received a remaster? If they could remaster some of these games for PS4, the tech issue I'm having right now, that wouldn't be an issue because, well, that would pretty much be the point where I wouldn't really have to record anything off the PS3 anymore. And I could be able to move to my upgraded Game Capture HD box, which is the HD61, which is meant for PCs, PS4s, but it doesn't allow PS3s. That's why I'm using the older one, because I still record stuff on my PS3. So that's the behind-the-scenes reason. But if they remastered all those for PS4 and I could just record them off the PS4, it wouldn't be that much of an issue. So, and then there's another one I want to address. The Last of Us. I'll be real honest with you guys. I considered canceling this playthrough as well. Now, I did respond to someone, I believe it was in the first part of the playthrough, who asked if I was going to continue, and I told them yes, absolutely, so I want to hold my word to that. If you're wondering why would I consider canceling The Last of Us, here's the honest thing, guys. I'm probably going to get some flack for this, but I want to clarify. What I'm about to say has nothing to do with the quality of the game. It's a matter of preference and enjoyability. The thing is, even when I was first trying out this game on PS3, I wasn't really enjoying it. The thing is, I'm not really that much into, one, survival horror games. It's not really a thing I enjoy. Two, I'm not really into stuff that's really dark and depressing. And The Last of Us is some of the most dark and depressing stuff in a game I've seen in a long time. It's not that it's bad. It's good. It absolutely deserves all the incredible praise and accolades that it receives. But not everyone enjoys it. You can say something is absolutely fantastic, but that doesn't mean you have to like it or enjoy it as, like everybody else does. You can still consider it really good and acknowledge how good it is without actually liking it or enjoying it. And that's kind of the case it is for not just, and I know I'm not alone. I know there are plenty of people out there that they will acknowledge how good Last of Us is, but they don't necessarily enjoy either playing it or enjoy the story because a lot of it is just very... There's a number of times where for some people, Last of Us crosses the line. And there are moments in that story that I just get... It's messed up, is what it is, So, I don't know how much I'm going to really enjoy going through the rest of the game. I'm going to try to hold my word to the person I told that to in the comment section of I believe it was the first video, and continue and try to finish it. But I'll be real honest with you guys. Even if I do finish this playthrough of The Last of Us, don't expect I'm going to be doing a playthrough of the sequel. I know The Last of Us Part 2 is coming. I know a lot of people are excited for it, and that's great. But honestly, I mean, I may pick it up just to own it in my library someday, but I don't think things are going to happen, that are going to make it more enjoyable or lighthearted or, any of that for me, I'm not as excited or enthusiastic about it because the first game was not really that enjoyable, and I don't really think the second would be as more enjoyable for me. So I'm saying that I may play it myself off camera someday, but don't expect unless they change it up or turn it around or make it less, I don't know, just less over the line for me or less depressing to play through. Just don't get your hopes up on a playthrough of The Last of Us 2 is bottom line, is what I'm saying. So, sorry if I'm rambling, but I want to get as much of my thoughts and as much detail about these decisions as I can to you guys. So, I hope I'm conveying that, even though it may sound like I'm just rambling. So, and then to let you guys know about what you can see in the immediate future, because I have been trying to actually get back in the swing of things with recording to try and get some content to stock up on it, while I'm also working on stuff behind the scenes so I can be able to get back to my regular schedule of uploading at least one video per day. And that immediate content in the near future you're going to be seeing more than likely is going to be World of Warcraft. Yes. I have been working on my main playthrough. I have also been starting back up my playthrough of playing as a Night Elf Demon Hunter on the Alliance side through Cold Tiras. So if you're wanting to see how that goes, I've been recording a bunch of that, so be sure to see that. Couple of, other little extra things here and there, getting some legendary weapons and the extra stuff playlist, getting a couple more parts for the Legion artifact weapons lore. The warrior one is done and ready to upload. I have yet to finish the rogue one because I can't get the piece I need for the outlaw weapon appearance that looks like Thunder Fury to drop. Once I get that, I'll be able to actually make that video, but that hasn't happened yet. So that's kind of the idea. And then, of course, a couple of other ones. You'll also get to see my video coming up on the Arcturus Manx Co-op Commander for StarCraft 2. You'll see my video on Deathwing being added to Heroes of the Storm. Bit of extra fanfare I added for that one. I hope you guys enjoy that, as well as the Arcturus Manx one. So that's what you can expect. There's also some other games as well I have in the works I'm planning on doing. Some of you have asked, am I going to do the Spider-Man PS4 game? I definitely want to do that at some point. I just haven't really devoted time to it. Plus, I've not, believe it or not, I actually still have not beaten that game on my own off camera. I was planning on doing that and then deciding if I would either start a brand new fresh game for the playthrough or just simply do it as New Game Plus, because New Game Plus is a thing for the Spider-Man PS4 game. So, I don't know. That's something I'm going to try and figure out when we get there. There are some other games I'm also considering starting up, but going back to what I was saying, I want to finish some playthroughs and get them off the list of stuff that's not finished before we start up new playthroughs. So while I am giving you guys more World of Warcraft content in the near future, I'm also going to be working to continue and finish up playthroughs of Uncharted 4 Thief's End and Dishonored 2, and as well as Ghostbusters the video game and Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. Mass Effect Andromeda is going to take a while since we just barely started that up, so I'll probably hold off and wait until we have finished with those. But yeah, expect Uncharted 4 and Dishonored 2 to definitely try and get finished. Especially Dishonored 2 because, again, I started that back in 2016, and it's still not finished. So that needs to get done. I need to finish that up to be able to, how about that? In order to be able to just kind of okay, that's finally done. I hate leaving those off. Plus, I was also, when it first came out, I was planning on doing a second playthrough of that game as Corvo, but doing the ultra-violent high chaos run to be able to show you guys what the game is like when you go through it, not stealthy, but you just literally are just, wiping out everything around you, which you could do in the first Dishonored game, and that was a very different experience from the game. If compared to the low chaos run. And I always wanted to show that off, and I never did, but I was planning on doing that for the second game. So I do think I would still want to do that. It just may take some time to do. So I'm coming back, and that's what you can expect both in the near future and in the long-term future down the road. I hope you guys can forgive me for this long absence, and that you guys are going to be sticking with me, that you don't consider this a dead channel. It's not dead. It's not going to be dead until I make a video telling you guys I'm done, which I don't plan on really I don't know if I ever plan on ever actually doing, because even if I can't turn this into a career, which is the ideal scenario like some others have, I at least want to keep doing this as a fun hobby, because this has been one of the most fun hobbies I've ever done in my life. So I would at least like to keep doing this to some degree, for fun, if not for, career wise or job wise. So, and you never know what this could take. Could take me. What this could open up in the future. Who knows? So, it's a new year, and let's hope it's also a new decade. And let's hope that the next year or even 10 years is going to bring a whole bunch of awesome, positive, fun, entertaining things, not just for me, but for all of you as well. I hope that you stick around, and that I hope I'm able to bring you guys much more entertaining content in the future, that you'll be able to, still hang around and have fun on my channel as well as others. And I hope to see you guys in the near future. Stick around with me. All right? I'll see you then.